Hey everyone, welcome back. Today's guest is, we should call her strong woman. Today I have the incredible honor of introducing our special guest, Chhavi Mittal. She is not only cancer survivor, but the beacon of resilience and hope. Throughout this episode, we will dive deep into her inspiring journey, discussing her triumphs, challenges, and invaluable lessons she has learned along the way. Get ready to be inspired and empowered as we hear her remarkable story. And how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So first, let's talk about your cancer journey. Then we will talk
Yeah.
about your childhood, career, and relationship. Okay.
अच्छा इतना सब कुछ बात करेंगे.
Okay. So almost 2 years ago, you were diagnosed with breast cancer. Okay, and early stage, right? And you
Yeah.
underwent surgery. When doctor told you or you got to know about it, what things were going on in your head and how did you deal with it? From where did you get that courage to fight it?
I love this question when people ask me, where did you get the courage to fight it? I think it doesn't need courage. When you have a disease, tell me what are your options? Do you have an option of not fighting it? You don't. Nobody does. You have to fight it. So you don't really need the courage. You need to fight it. You just need to face the situation the way it has been dealt to you. So when I heard that I had cancer, my practical mind just woke up and I decided to get all the information that I could about my own disease, about the disease in general, and about my options in terms of treatment options. And I think it was a very simple choice for me at every stage because nowhere did I feel that अरे ये करूं कि ये करूं क्या बेटर होगा कैंसर के लिए ऐसा तो था ही नहीं ना ऑप्शन जो डॉक्टर ने बोला वो करना था. So I think it was a pretty simple uh, journey for me, so to speak. And I am somebody who believes that if you have a situation that you're facing, if there is a situation that you're facing, you can either face it smiling or you can face it crying. But you will face it nevertheless. You have to face it nevertheless. So I just decided to not make a sad face about it and I decided to smile through it. जो होना था वो तो होगा ही ना चाहे मैं कैसा भी उसको react करूं. So yeah, that's the only thing that I focused on, being positive throughout it.
You had to. And how it has shaped your perspective on life. How you were before,
I
and how are you now? What changes came through your journey?
Yeah, I think that when you get a disease, be it anything, you always want to understand the reason why you got it, right? It's just human nature. You want to understand why did I get this? Whether it is cancer, whether it is even migraines, whether it is diabetes, whatever it is, you want to know the reason why you got it so that you can treat it from the root itself. But in terms of cancer, there is really medical science cannot show you a very definitive reason that this is the reason why you got the cancer. There's no research to show you that. So I've been doing a lot of introspection, trying to understand what must have caused my cancer because health wise, I think I was very good. I was fine. The only problem that I felt was probably in my mind. We as women, I feel, are always focusing on what our responsibility in life is. We are always focusing towards what we have to give to other people. We are thinking about how we can be good mothers. We are thinking about how we can prove ourselves in, professionally. We feel that, we want to be a good homemaker. We want to do everything right. And sometimes when we are not able to do something right, we tend to hold a lot of grudge about it in our hearts that अरे ये ठीक नहीं हुआ, it's my fault, I should have done it better. And I think I'm somebody who's even more an exaggerated version of that sort of a person. So I think that is a thing that I've been consciously trying to change about me, not to blame myself for circumstances, not to try to be perfect all the time, not to multitask. I think everybody puts too much importance on multitasking. I think it's the most overrated thing ever. Just focus on one thing at a time and do it, give it your best shot. And if you don't achieve what you set out to achieve, just try again. Don't beat yourself about it. So that's a big personality change that I'm constantly trying to bring about. And I think that is probably the only thing which must have caused the cancer. I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, great. And even after your surgery, you You got trolled for your body, your health, and your fitness. How did you deal with it, and how to deal with trolls? I was going through your
I'll tell you that, who is a troll? You think about that person who is sitting in his house more often than not, when you click on their profile, you'll not see your face. It will be a private profile. There will be zero posts. There will be zero followers or one or two followers. And they will be following like hundreds of people.
yes,
So imagine that person who's sitting over there. He's created an account not because he wants to share his own happiness, not because he wants to share anything, but because he wants to target other people who have shared something about their life. And it's me, I am a cancer survivor, but there are other people who have other victories in life. Somebody is a great actor, somebody has won an award, somebody has won a Hollywood film, somebody has had a hit film, somebody has made a lot of money, somebody's a millionaire. There's so many people that that person is trying to troll. So why should I be bothered with him? In fact, I feel bad for trolls because imagine what their life is. वो बैठे हैं अपने मोबाइल खोल के सबका पोस्ट देखते हैं, they're not liking it. इसको ट्रोल करो, इसको ट्रोल करो, इसको भी ट्रोल करो. They just want, this is an outlet for them, for their emotional needs, which they are not being able to fulfill in their real life. So, big prayer to all the trolls out there. Really, really pray for their happiness and peace of mind so that they can feel happy about other people and they can feel happy about themselves. So I never get bothered by trolls. मतलब अब कैंसर तो ठीक है, कैंसर नहीं था तब भी ट्रोलिंग होती थी. अब पतले हो तो भी ट्रोलिंग होती है, अब मोटे हो तो भी ट्रोलिंग होती है. ट्रोलिंग तो होती है बिकॉज कोई ना कोई है who's in a worse position than you, and that is that troll. So I don't bother about trolls at all.
yeah, great. You know, you shared an important note on self love. I want to read it out. I love myself. I appreciate myself for what I am, and what I have achieved. Nobody is perfect, and neither am I. Hence, I am happy and fall in love easily with people who are sweet and things that are simple. Because who knows what tomorrow brings? So where is it come from? It's so. I was reading it, and yesterday I was feeling so negative, and when I read it, I felt so positive. Yeah. So where is it come
Oh,
from?
thank you so much. I think there's appreciation everywhere around us all the time, and um, when you go through something like what I've gone through, you just you just want to appreciate the little things a little more. Because here I am sitting in my own office. This is my own office. I'm the boss. I can put the AC on if I want I can turn it off. I can drink coffee when I want. I have water. I have amazing kids. I have a beautiful life. There is so much I have to be thankful about. But in our daily lives, we always forget to be grateful. We forget to appreciate the simple.
I was talking about you got body shame. People even made your fitness reason for your disease, and today body shaming is becoming a real issue. So, how did you face it, and what message you want to give to all women who are going through body issue and body shaming?
uh yeah, I think that what your body image is, only you can decide. It's your body. So you should not bother about what other people are saying. I mean, it's the same thing as trolling. Why bother about what other people are saying? But when somebody body shames me, how can I put it? I know what my shortcomings are. I know what are the areas that I want to work on my body. But that is not because I have a bad body. It's just because I want to challenge myself a little more, and that is my passion. Fitness and to work on myself is my passion. So that is why I treat it like a project. Okay. But nobody else can decide what my body is. So it doesn't matter what people think. I think I'm better than a lot of people. And there's literally no question of comparison, because your body is not just what it looks. It is what it makes you feel. Is it strong enough? Is it sturdy enough? Is it allowing you to do the things that you love? Can you go, say trekking? Can you play with your kids? Can you do sports? Whatever. I mean, whatever you want to do with your body, is your body allowing you to do that? Only you know. How can I look at a picture and say, yeah, she's really fit? Or no, she's not fit at all. I mean, literally, it's just stupid.
And we can have different body types because we are made like that.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And some of the best bodies that you see on Instagram, you don't know what all they've done to achieve that body. I mean,
Yes.
is it natural? Is it unnatural? And if it's natural, how much hard work they've put into it? What are they eating? You are nobody to troll somebody on their bodies.
You know, in our tough and dark phase of our lives, it's very easy for us to, get attacked by negativity, or when we are going through something difficult, everything feels so negative and we can't tackle it. And you shared an important note. I also read that on your Instagram. I am here with new disease, and it's called a costochondritis. Am I pronouncing it right? The probable cause could be radiation of cancer treatment and or the side effects of injection I took. No, I'm not always positive about it, but I'm rarely negative. So holding my chest in my hand, I went to gym, my happiest place. Because you know what? We all get knocked down, but do we get up again? Well, I do. So from where did you get this courage? And how do you manage to stay positive even after knowing it's so hard?
So I think, like you rightly said, that everybody goes through negative phases in life, okay? And it's very important to feel all kinds of emotions. You can't just keep feeling happy all the time. If you're feeling sad, it's very important to give that emotion also an outlet. If you're feeling angry, it's very important to give that emotion also an outlet. You cannot curb your emotions, because the more you curb your emotions, the more these kind of problems you'll have. You'll have health issues which you can't explain, because our bodies literally react to emotional stress, you know. So yeah, when I got costochondritis, it was extremely painful. I couldn't even breathe, and 2 days I was in excruciating pain. I was literally crying and screaming every time I was breathing, because I just couldn't breathe. But then, I had to get up and yeah. Okay. So problems like that happen in life, and you have to at some point tell yourself that this is not going to last forever. This will pass. This is a phase, like everything else. I mean, everything comes to an end, good times and bad times both.
Okay, so let's talk little bit about your childhood and growing life. What it's like, where did you grow up, and any memory you remember or any difficulties you remember from your childhood?
Well, I was born and brought up in Gurgaon, and as a child uh, I was a child prodigy in terms of singing. I was a very, very good singer. And I don't remember a single competition that I've lost. And I've won a lot of competitions on the national level. And I've worked very hard to be a singer. I remember waking up at 4 or 5 in the morning before sunrise and doing my riyaz and for 3 hours, and then going to school and coming back from school, and then going for my classes, for my music classes. There was classical class, there was a voice culture class, there was ghazal classes, and there were competitions, then there were rehearsals, and my life was very, very hectic. So this was the highlight of my life as a child. I mean, I think one thing that it taught me is not shying away from working hard. So I work hard, and I can work really, really hard. I don't have a problem adjusting to timings that way. And I think the second thing that is the highlight of my childhood is that I wish I had, put myself into some kind of sports activities. I did not have friends as a child, because the house where we were living, it was in a locality which was up and coming. So there were no other houses in the vicinity. It was literally like one house here and half a kilometer, then there's another house, and there were no kids around. So after school, where children go and meet their friends in the evenings and play something, play badminton or play a sport or go cycling. I didn't have friends like that, so I really, really miss that. And I feel as a child, if I was more athletic, if I was, into some kind of physical activity, I probably would have been so much fitter today. So yeah, that's why I make sure that my kids have some or the other physical activity in their daily lives routines.
From age of 7, you participated in singing performances.
Yeah. Yes.
So you working from age of 7, or you were just trying different things.
I used to sing as a child. I was a radio artist and a TV performer, and um Like I said, I was good at singing, so everybody thought that I'm going to grow up and become a professional singer. So I worked hard towards that since childhood.
And what about your early modeling days? What difficulties you faced and how did you get to your first show? I remember you from Tumhari Disha. I used to watch.
Okay, so acting happened to me by chance actually. It was totally by fluke. I never wanted to be an actor. Always wanted to be a singer. And I started getting acting offers when I started singing on television because the producers would notice me and feel that I have a photogenic face. So, that I should give it a try. And that's when the thought hit me that, okay, maybe this is also a career option that I can try. And then I started hosting TV shows in college. And then I came to Mumbai just because I wanted to get into advertising. Like I wanted to model. I never thought that I could act, saying dialogues and giving those expressions. And I thought that that's something really big. It's out of my league. I never thought I was cut out for that. But I just went for this audition for Tumhari Disha and I got the role. And that's how my journey began.
And your family were supportive?
Yeah, yeah, my family was super thrilled because they were my holdings all across the country, and there were holdings in Delhi and Gurgaon, and they were super proud, and I was written about, and suddenly I was this new find of ZTV, and they were really really proud that I'm doing something great like that.
Oh, okay. My next question to you is that, women are always being judged for their looks, the way they dress, their choices, their opinions, their decisions. So, what's your take on this? And, how women should come out of the judgments?
Judgments, though, I think, yeah, you're right. Women are probably judged a little more than men. बाकी judge तो सभी होते हैं. Depends on the person actually across who's judging you. Because there are judgmental people. They'll judge everybody. And yes, as a woman, I do feel that I'm judged a lot more than the men around because there are so many things which are okay if a man does it, but not okay if a woman does it. Um, I think after a certain point, you just have to like stop bothering about it. But I also sometimes feel that it's important to choose your friends wisely. Choose your you and who accept you for the way you are. Because eventually, as a public figure, you will have millions of people who will judge you. But you need to have those few set of people who will not judge you and who will tell you, you reassure you that what you're doing is right and it's fine. Let haters hate.
And in today's time, because of Instagram and social media, it's very easy for people to judge and troll. But when you started at that time, have you ever been judged for your looks or your body or whatever, anything? How did you handle it at that time when you started modeling or your first show?
Oh yeah, I was always called really skinny, um, and I've had experiences where I've been told that I'm flat-chested, and that I'm a bag of bones, and that clothes don't look good on me, and that I don't know how to carry myself, I don't know how to pose and things like that. But I guess it's part of growing up, and it's part of learning. Uh, when you're a child and you suddenly start get into a glamorous field. I mean, you don't get glamorous overnight. You learn with experience, you learn with mistakes that you make. And I don't think I've ever felt sorry for myself ever. Thankfully, that has never happened. I mean, even if somebody called me flat chested, I've never felt sorry for myself that, oh God, this is very embarrassing. No, I've never felt like that. Or if somebody told me, you don't know how to pose, I just said, yeah, I don't know how to pose. And I would really like to learn. So accepting the faults that you have in you or the shortcomings that you have in yourself, which are the demands of the career that you've chosen, accepting that and working towards it, I think is the best approach. And yes, it doesn't mean that every time somebody says something to you, criticizes you, it is correct. So you have to understand. At that point, I didn't understand. I was too young. So I would take every criticism as healthy criticism. That yeah, he said that, so that must be true. But the other person is saying this, so that also must be true. Everything is like that. But now today, I'm wise enough to understand that what is criticism which is healthy and what is just plain simple trolling. So I can differentiate between the two, and then I can either make amends or try to work on myself, make myself better, or just let it go.
Yes. Teenage years and even adult years. It's very hard for I think for most women. I don't know about men, but most women go through a lot teenage years and also in adult life. So I think, so that's why I asked you that question. Okay. So, definition of feminism is different for everyone. What's your definition of feminism?
I don't know. I mean, I think women are sheer love and warmth. So for me, to be feminine is, I mean, how I would define feminism. I can't just define it in one word. I think there's a lot to a woman than meets the eye, and strength. I think is one thing that comes to mind. Who really go through a lot, and they go through it with a not just a smile on their faces, but the sheer strength that they show when they go through something is very inspiring. So I think women and feminism is definitely synonymous with strength for me.
You got married in 2004 and it's been 20 years. What's that one thing you think that keep marriage or relationship beautiful and long lasting?
So I think that to have a healthy relationship, the most important thing is that you have to maintain a balance between the man and the woman. Now, a lot of people say that men and women are equals, and there's other feminism theory that does the wrong. But I believe that men were built differently and women were built differently. They can never be equal in the sense that they cannot be same. Uh, Women are extremely emotional creatures, and men are not so emotional, as in they know how to deal with their emotions and they don't get so sensitive just like women do. And women have a hormonal cycle which changes like every day, 30 days a month, they are on a different cycle. So if the man can support the woman in her emotional needs, and if the woman can make can empower the man and give him the support that he requires, I think it's a beautiful balance. And also the second thing which I feel is respect. There has to be a lot of respect in a relationship. You cannot take each other for granted no matter what. You have to use words like I'm sorry, and you have to use words like thank you. You have to appreciate if the other person does something for you. Don't just take it for granted because 20 साल हो गए ये तो duty है. That's a very wrong attitude. And the third thing is space. Space is extremely required, extremely important in any relationship. If you start breathing down each other's neck, no relationship is going to last. I mean, you have when two people meet each other, they have different likes and dislikes, and somehow over the time that they are together, they are supposed to like the same things and dislike the same things. You will see that husband and wife are watching the same Netflix show together. They are going for the same holiday destination together. Wife wants to go to the beach, so the husband will also go to the beach, although the husband prefers the mountains, things like that. So, you do things together, but you also do things separately so that satisfaction of doing the things that you love as an individual, you don't lose that. And that I think is one of the very most important things in any healthy relationship.
Yeah, great. If you could give one message to your 18 years old self, what it would be?
I would probably say go join the gym now. Don't delay it. Yeah, that's about it. Otherwise, I did a good job. I would just tell her, great job, keep going.
You don't want to change anything about your past.
Nothing. I think I am what I am because of the mistakes I made and the lessons I learned. Can't I don't I love who I am, and I don't want to make different mistakes or not make mistakes because that is what has shaped my personality. Yeah, but the only thing is I would tell myself to go to the gym early and be fitter. That's all.
So talking about mistakes, um, when you do mistakes, how do you overcome it? Do you regret a lot, or just it happened, just forget about it? or
I'm not somebody who regrets anything at all in life. I do not have a single regret in life, like a single regret. I make a mistake, I tell myself this was a mistake, don't do it again. That's it, and I move on. Or if I did something incorrectly, I tell myself ये गलत था, इसको सही करो. Next time ऐसे करेंगे, and I move on. I do not regret anything at all, and I've made some horrible mistakes in life, but I'm very happy I made them because my life is so colorful because of the mistakes I made. I don't regret anything.
oh, it's great. You have taught yourself to, you are very positive about yourself, but if any other person in your life make mistakes, it is easy for you to forgive them and get over it and move on.
Yeah, very easily. In fact, sometimes I feel I'm not respecting myself enough the way I forgive people. I feel ठीक है यार, life is too short. हो गया ना, अभी छोड़ो, माफ करो, चलो आगे बढ़ो. Just let's just move on. I mean, there's no point unless I feel I don't want to talk to this person for the rest of my life. But if I want to talk to them, then what is the point in wasting even a day? Like if I have a fight with my husband, I feel he's done a horrible mistake. It's not like I'm going to leave him tomorrow. So why should I waste a day fighting with him? So just have a conversation, forgive, forget, move on.
And last question, what advice do you have for others who may be going through challenging times and looking for strength?
I just want to tell them that this too shall pass. So don't lose heart. Just it's a challenge, so accept it as a challenge and fight it, and that's about it. It'll pass. That's it, and there's nothing to it. I mean, this is a part of life. Everything is a part of life.
Oh, great. You were saying that about positivity. You get over it. How do you do it? Because it's very hard for me to if someone do something wrong, it's very hard for me to forgive them and move on and create that relationship I was before with them. I just get I can't be normal with them. When they do mistake, it's always going on in my mind that they did it, how can you forgive them? So I just want to know that how do you handle it, how do you get over it?
I don't think about it so much. Yeah, I feel that if somebody has wronged me, I think that person doesn't deserve me. That's it. That's it. I just move on. I literally take a day to move on. If I have to move on, I just move on. If I don't have to move on, then I patch up things myself. I mean, I don't have a problem in picking up the phone and saying sorry to somebody who I think is at fault. I'll not wait for that person to say sorry. I'll pick up the phone and I'll say, listen, let's just forget about it. I'm sorry if I made you feel bad and let's be friends again. Or if I don't want to be with them, if I don't want to talk to them, then doesn't matter. Delete, block, finished. So easy.
Had a great conversation with you. Thank you so much for doing this podcast, and so sorry for that connection issue.
Yeah, कोई बात नहीं. No problem. चलो.
Okay,
Okay,
thank
thank you.
you. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.